Are you on pace to hit your 2022 real estate goals? And whether it's units closed, volume, and the income, are you on pace? The reality is most of us are not on pace to hit our goals. So I want to talk to you guys about how we can get back on track, literally starting today, how you can start closing that gap. Now, one thing that I've learned since I am a real estate agent is we are extremely predictable. And what I mean by that is the business in ourselves, it's easy to determine that if you're not talking to a lot of people every single day, if your goal is 30 and you're talking to 20 people a day, as you lower your contacts, you're gonna be spending less time in the money making activities. Okay. So that's predictable, right? The more people you talk to, the more business you do. The less people you talk to, the less business that you do. Okay. So if you want to close the gap and get closer to your goal for the year, or at least get caught up on pace, you just got to talk to more people. All right. So that's why we are predictable, and the business is predictable, is because we have patterns that are literally based on the seasons of when we decide to be complacent or not. For example, a lot of times I see agents start picking up the activities after the holidays. So January, February, March, they start ramping up the activities. Okay. But you fast forward to the end of the year, and with the holidays and all the distractions and everything going on, they start to get a little more complacent. Okay. So they increase activities in the summertime, and then they have an organic surge of business, but then they decrease activities in the wintertime and or the beginning of the year, right? Or at the tail end of the year. And then even a little bit in the beginning of the year as well. Because typically agents don't really start working on their new year goals until mid-January. Okay. So, and this is very common in the industry that we're in. And that's also a big reason why it's common to fail in our industry, which is sad to say. So, but I will say that the failure rate in real estate has nothing to do with the individual's ability to succeed. It has to do with really just understanding the habits that you need to succeed, and then being held accountable to those habits of being consistent to those habits. Okay. So that could be lead generating, follow up. It could be just showing up, period, right? Just literally just showing up could be a huge boost to someone's business, especially if you are a part of a team that is operating at a high level and you're not showing up. Just showing up is going to help you succeed very fast. Okay. But again, the reason why people are failing is because there's no accountability around the things that's going to help somebody win. So let's talk about getting back on track. And I think we got to first establish what being on track really means, because I think we're all on track to go somewhere. It may not be where you want to end up, but you're on track to go somewhere, right? The question is, like, where are you headed? What are you trying to achieve for this year? Maybe it's more time with family. Maybe for you, it's not to close more deals. Maybe it is to close less deals, but to spend more time with family. Well, are you on track to do that? If you're working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, then no, you are not on track right now to spend more time with family. Okay. And you can always say, well, by summertime, that's when I'll make the switch. Well, it doesn't work that way. Okay. You build your business now to serve you now, to build those habits now, to figure out if there's a kink in a system now. You do that now. You don't wait until later to make the shift. You make the shift now. So then by summertime, you're ready to go. You're good to go. You're executing on what your goal was this year, right? You're achieving that every single day. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you may have a high income goal. Maybe you want to close more deals, right? So it's money focused, which is great, right? It's a good thing because obviously if you want a certain lifestyle or if you want to give to people, maybe as family or a charity, or maybe you're new and maybe you just want to get out of debt, right? So you could be a new agent and you just want to do well your first year, or maybe you could be a 5-year vet, but you just want to get out of debt. Whatever your goal is, it doesn't matter. You want to make more money, okay? Are you on track to make more money? Look where you're at. We're in the second quarter now of the year. So are you on track to hit that, or are you on track not to hit it, right? Because you're on track to go somewhere. The question is, are you on the right track? Are you on the track that you want to be on? Okay, so you got to ask yourself, like, if you're not on track, ask yourself this question. Okay, what is my drunk monkey telling me? In other words, what is the conversation that I'm having in my head that is preventing me from being great? Okay, what is the conversation I'm having in my head that's preventing me from taking action? The drunk monkey, right? The drunk monkey in your head. No, you don't need to do that, or don't do that. That's going to make you uncomfortable, right? That type of dialogue that you're having in your head. Here's the problem with it. It's problem oriented. You're thinking about what could go wrong and not what could go right. Okay, we got to be solution oriented, and we got to be consistently challenging ourselves. When you're in the industry of real estate, I'm telling you right now, like 80% of it is psychology. Okay. And part of that psychology is just being committed to take action despite how you feel. Okay. For example, and I'm going through it right now. Today, making this video, I am tired. Over the past 2 days, I have not slept much at all because we are in the process of changing a very critical system in our business. And it requires for me to pretty much know the system in and out, because I'm going to be teaching my agents how to utilize it so they can get better results in less time and less energy. But first, I got to make sure that I won't master it so fast, but I got to make sure that I have like 95% of it down, right? And because of that, and I'm a very like go person, right? I'm rock and rolling right away. I'm very impatient. I get stuff done. Because of that, I have not been sleeping much because I've been so focused on getting this stuff done fast. I show up today in the office. We had a team meeting. My energy is not all the way there. I'm on a video right now. My energy is not all the way where it normally is, but I'm showing up. I'm here. I am solution oriented. I am focused on growth, and I am committed, right? That type of psychology is 80% that, because I could have stayed home today. Just like you could have stayed home today. You could have not clicked on this video to watch it, but here you are. Okay, you're learning, you're soaking up a new perspective that could challenge you to be better than where you're at, or get you to the next level, right? I had to go through that today, and I will consistently, as this will be a challenge every day for me. Okay, so be solution oriented, and we got to be clear that, you know, it's your choice. It's nobody else's choice. It's your choice whether you want to be where you're currently at, or you want to get to where you want to get to, right? And if you're not happy where you're currently at, that's your choice. You made that choice to be where you're at today. Now, you may be winning at a high level. Well, those are based on the choices you've made to get you to the point where you're at today. So it's all a choice, okay? You have the choice, all right? So you just got to turn those fears that you have into conversations about the future. Like when you're in the mind frame of doubt and insecurity and uncertainty and whatever your negative emotions you're going through, you got to start turning those negative conversations you're having and thoughts into action taken thoughts and conversations, and really just understanding like the fear that you have by taking the action, that fear goes away. Okay. And that's the easiest way for you to overcome fear, is taking action on it. Okay. So no matter where you are in the business, you just got to make sure that you're constantly checking in with your mindset. Okay. Change the conversations that you have in your head, that you're having about your business. Make a new choice. And if you do that, then your income will grow. Okay. And again, on the example I had earlier about the person who wanted more time with family, you make that choice. Okay. Make the choice, and then your time with family will grow. Okay. Just going to make the choice. Now, just making a choice alone will not, making the choice alone will change your life. But you got to understand that in order for you to consistently make these choices, because that's what one choice today isn't going to change your life. One choice today, one choice tomorrow, and then one choice over the next 365 days is what's going to change your life. It's going to be key that you are surrounding yourself around people who are making the same choices that you are. The beauty in 2022 is you could connect with people in different countries, different states, different cities that think like you. You could collaborate with people. 20 years ago, you couldn't do that. Shoot, even 15 years ago, I mean, you could barely do that, right? So you have to also make the choice that in times of weakness, and trust me, we all have them, I can connect with someone who's going to help me, center me on the path that I need to be on for that day, so that I can continue to make the right choices. Okay. Now, I'm gonna close it out with this. I'm gonna give you a couple practical steps that you can do, and this is something that I do as well. That and it doesn't necessarily like, it's something that consistently needs to be done, but there is practical. Okay. The first thing is you got to organize your life. Now, I would just keep it simple. Organize your workstation or your desk. Organize your closet. Organize your bedroom. Organize, hey, how about, okay, here's a good one. Organize your database of leads. Organize your follow-up. Organize your leads. Organize your transaction management system and process. Organize your car. You have to organize. That's going to be a great way to get clear on everything in front of you. All the clutter, man, right? How good do you feel after you clean, let's say your house or your apartment or your room or your closet? You feel great, right? How do you feel after you organize your database or you organize, right, anything in your business? You feel great. Start with organization, okay? And the beauty is it doesn't take that long to do. And you can even have support. If you have an admin, your admin can help you with that. If you have any, like a team, team can help you. Teamwork makes the dream work. They can help you pretty much cut off, 80% of the time it takes to do whatever it is you need to do. So you got to really think about that. Okay. Now, you got to also clean up. And what I mean by clean up is clean up your mindset. So we already touched on that. Clean up your mindset. An easy way to do that is to pick up a book on mindset. A great book that we're listening to or reading right now, whether you're an audiobook guy or gal or you like to actually read. I love audiobooks. But David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. Fantastic book when it comes to mindset. But clean up your mindset. Okay. I already touched on it before. Clean up your workstation. Hey, clean up your routine. How about that? What is your morning routine or your daily routine? What is your evening routine? Clean that up. Do you have a schedule, whether it's Google Calendar or a paper schedule that gives you time blocks on what you need to be focusing on within that time block? Do you have that? Clean up your routine, okay? The more clarity you have, the easier it is to take action on the right things, okay? Put everything in your schedule. And then, like I mentioned before, find you at least one person. I would recommend multiple people. I would say 1 to 3 people. If you could find even more than that, perfect. Who are you being held accountable to? Find 1 to 3 people that you can be held accountable to, okay? Now, if you're on a team, it's much easier to do that because you have team members that, for the most part, got the same goal you do, and that is to close deals, make more money, less time, less hassle, right? So leverage your teammates. If you have a coach, leverage your coach. If you don't have a coach, I recommend getting one. Hopefully your team has a coach. I coach my agents to execute at a high level. And that's not just in regards to selling or closing deals, but really just leveling up life, okay? Thinking bigger, wanting more. And that's not just income related. It's everything, right? Being able to get a new perspective from someone and then that person hold you accountable to, I highly recommend that in your life, okay? And then, so you got your teammates, you got a coach, you can have, again, people in mastermind groups, right? And the cool thing is you can have fun with it. You can get creative, right? And one thing that we used to do is it used to be me and I want to say about 10 to 15 other guys. And this is when I first got into real estate. And we would always hold each other accountable by having a goal in mind. Each person will have a goal. And then they would write a check. Could be $500, could be $1,000, could be 10,000. And then we hand the check to the person holding them accountable. And then we'll say, hey, if I don't hit this goal due to the lack of my commitment, then you can cash that check. So if my goal was 150 contacts a week or 30 contacts a day, and I'm checking in and I can't prove that I hit 30 contacts that day, they can cash that check. That's a daily accountability regimen, right? That was one of the best ways for me to generate momentum in my business, by having that type of strong accountability. By the way, the money that I wrote in that check, I mean, that was all I had almost, right? So if they would have cashed that check, I would have been hurting. Again, this is like my first year in the business. And I could tell you my first year in the business, I closed 31 deals and made the most money I've ever made in my life. The second year, I went into a very high momentum year and was able to pretty much in literally a quarter make what I made my whole first year. Think about that. But that was due to my environment, whether it was digital or like physical environment, right? And having people hold me accountable to that. So anyways, I'm going to leave you guys with that. That is, if you take massive action and you organize your life, it could be personal stuff, house, but definitely your business stuff, organize it, clean up your workstation, find some people hold you accountable, and don't be afraid of that. You actually do it. Then that's how you can get back on track this year, because we're only in the second quarter. At the time of this video is early second quarter, so you can still get on track. Okay, because again, well, let me rephrase that. You can get on the right track, because you're on track. You're either on track to hit your goals or you're on track to miss your goals. So you got to ask yourself, which track are you on, and recommit to that. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys, agree or disagree, either way, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear feedback and, see what you guys think. And let me know if you're on track. Are you on track or are you off track? And you can't blame the market. Can't blame your clients. Can't blame the lack of homes on the market, interest rates. You can't blame the NBA playoffs. You can't blame the rain outside, or maybe you have sun right now. You can't blame nothing. You can only blame yourself. Can't blame nobody else. So I would love to hear you guys' feedback. But either way, I hope you guys are out there executing, put the work in. And again, just every single day, recommit to that. Okay. Recommit to it. All right. You guys stay safe out there. I'll see you on the next one.